Hello guys, welcome back to Old Trafford, and today we want to talk about the striker situations of Manchester United. It has been reported in recent weeks that Manchester United, after completing this Brian Mbeumo deal, is going to focus on buying a number 9. So who is the number 9 that has been linked with Manchester United? As reported by Florian Plettenberg, Jacobs Ben and Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United have 3 strikers so far in the shortlist: Nicolas Jackson, Benjamin Sesko and Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa. So guys, we are going to analyze all the characteristics of these strikers and how they are going to suit the Ruben Amorim pattern. So guys, let's dive into this video together. So guys, let's go over into the type of striker that Ruben Amorim wants before we actually analyze the characteristics of the 3 strikers we have in the shortlist. We want to talk about the expectations or the characteristics that the striker that Ruben Amorim wants is going to possess. Firstly, you need to be a good finisher, you need to be good in holding up the ball, you need to be good in making runs in behind, you need to be good in making quick 1-2 layoffs to supporting players. You also need to be a target man, and you need to be efficient in running of the channel, which is very important for a Ruben Amorim striker. So guys, this is the attributes you need to play in the Ruben Amorim system, in the 3-4-3 system in the Manchester United. So guys, let's starting from Benjamin Sesko, Nicolas Jackson and Ollie Watkins. We are going to be talking about all their characteristics and who is the best fit for the Ruben Amorim striker. So guys, the first striker you're going to be talking about today is Benjamin Sesko. When we want to talk about Benjamin Sesko being a good goal scorer, we want to talk about the fact that he's actually a potential goal scorer. He has not really shown that he's a high volume goal scorer. From his characteristics and from his shots per 90 minutes, it has shown that he's going to be a very good striker, he's going to be a very good finisher in football terms, but he has not really shown that, like the kind of Gil Carres, the kind of Hurricane Erling Haaland, right from his Salzburg days, was already showing that he's going to be a very high volume goal scorer. But Benjamin Sesko has not really shown that, as he has just managed 13 goals in the last Bundesliga season. He also had like 2.56 shots per 90 minutes, which shows that he's not really shooting enough, probably because of his shooting techniques and his intentionality in his shooting. So Benjamin Sesko actually he's good in goal scoring. He can score in the traditional system, he can score in a transitional system, in a possession-based system. He has shown that he is a very good striker, offensive striker. His awareness in the box is actually 100%. He's very good in scoring any kind of goals. He has not really shown the ability that he's going to be a very high volume goal scorer in the future, and that makes his transfer a very big risk. And with the reports coming out that he has a release clause in his contract that he might be sold for 70 to 90 million euros, that's actually a risk for Manchester United, given the fact that we just bought Rasmus Højlund for such prices. And then let's talk about his channel run. When you talk about the running of channel of Benjamin Sesko, he has the potential to run the channel, but he has not shown effectively. RB Leipzig play in a 4-4-2 formation, and he actually plays alongside Luis Openda. Luis Openda is actually the player that runs the channel, that makes in behind runs. Meanwhile, Benjamin Sesko is the player that drops deep, try to make kind of lay off to orchestrate the play, to play with the midfield. He's a player that actually he thrives on fast players around him. He's a player that can be able to play with the likes of Koha and Brian Mbeumo when it comes to linking up ball. He has shown that he has the ability to run the channel effectively, but he doesn't run the channel in Leipzig. So that's one of the issues of this Benjamin Sesko transfer, because he has more touches in the middle third than in the final third. He's a player that likes to drop deep often, to make swift turn and try to link up with the team. So that's actually one of the issues I'm having in the Benjamin Sesko transfer, because most of his characteristics are potentials. We don't know if he's going to be coachable or if it's going to materialize in the future, but he has actually shown a potential of actually a lot of things. So when it comes to goal scoring check, Benjamin Sesko is actually a very good goal scorer. He has a very good ability, very good striking ability. When it comes to making in behind runs, he's very good in making in behind runs, making himself available. When it comes to making 1-2 quick layoff for supporting players, is actually good. When it comes to being a target man, of course, he's actually very good in being a target man. He's 6'4", he's very tall, he's very good in headers, aerial duels, but most of the times when he faces his back to goal, when he receives the ball from maybe the goal kick, he doesn't have this protection. He doesn't know how to use his body effectively, his arms effectively, his upper body effectively to shield and to take the ball effectively. He's still very raw in his execution and trying to receive the ball from his back to go when it comes to aerial situations, but he's actually very good in headers. And then when it comes to running of the channel, he's actually shown potential of being able to run the channel, but he doesn't run the channel in the Bundesliga. So that's one of the red flags that I'm going to have for the Benjamin Sesko transfer. And he's still very young. He's a player that actually needs to grow. He's a player that needs to be in Manchester United in the next 2 to 3 years and not being in Manchester United now. So is he going to be suited to Ruben Amorim pattern? Yes, but he's actually a potential. He's not really the end product, and we all know the situation that we are in Manchester United. We need a ready-made player. We need a player that is going to hit the ground running and not a player that we need to, because any player that comes to Manchester United will not have all the time in the world to be coached. Just like the likes of Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha coming to Manchester United, you know that they are going to hit the ground running. They already have the experience in the Premier League. They have been coached by several coaches, but Benjamin Sesko actually needs a lot of work. So guys, that's that for the characteristics of Benjamin Sesko. Let's go over to the characteristics of Nicolas Jackson. So guys, let's go into the characteristics of Nicolas Jackson. Firstly, when it comes to the finishing of Nicolas Jackson is actually not a high volume goal scorer. He has not been able to prove himself in the Chelsea shirt in the last 2 seasons. He has been very inconsistent when it comes to goal scoring. His positioning in the box is actually good. His pressing ability is actually good, but his goal scoring is actually very average. And he was able to score just 10 goals in 30 Premier League games last season, averaging 3.1 shots per 90 minutes. So when it comes to the finishing of Nicolas Jackson, actually he's not really a good finisher, to be very honest, but he's a player that actually likes to drive deep, to drop deep, to orchestrate the play, to play with the midfield, even though most of his switches are not really decent, with a pass accuracy of 76%. So when it comes to his pass accuracy, he has a long pass accuracy of 66%. So when it comes to his passes is actually very decent. But when it comes to channel running, Nicolas Jackson is very efficient in channel running. He capitalizes on his pace and the high positions of the defenders to make runs in behind. He's very good in making runs in behind, but most of the problems he's going to be having is his finishing. He's very good in making runs in behind. He has a very good pace. When it comes to heading of Nicolas Jackson, he's very also good in heading, even though his aerial ability is actually very low in the Premier League. He actually won 38% of his aerial duels in the Premier League last season, so that's actually very poor. When it comes to being a target man, Nicolas Jackson definitely can be able to be a target man in the Premier League. But when it comes to the overall play of Nicolas Jackson, is actually a very decent player, but one of the issues we are going to be having with Nicolas Jackson is that he has actually performed not so well in the Premier League and in the Chelsea shirt. So coming to Manchester United, that actually needs to move forward, actually needs to elevate the team. Actually, you know that since Edson Cavani and Cristiano Ronaldo in the past 3 to 4 years, Manchester United has not really had a good striker. So it's going to be a lot for Nicolas Jackson. He's going to be coping with a lot of criticism alongside trying to make his footballing abilities to be great. So when it comes to my overall stance when it comes to buying Nicolas Jackson, I would really not advise Manchester United to go for a player like Nicolas Jackson, not because of he doesn't suit the tactical requirements of Ruben Amorim or Manchester United, but I think there's a lot going on around Nicolas Jackson, probably not his footballing abilities, but outside his footballing abilities, there's a lot of criticism going on. Just like when Harry Maguire was being criticized, like Manchester United couldn't say Harry Maguire because of the outside world, because of what they thought about Harry Maguire, the criticism and all of that stuff. So when it comes to Nicolas Jackson, when it comes to if he's tactically fit for Manchester United, definitely he's a good player. He's decent at most, but I would not really advise Manchester United to go for such players. So guys, let's go into the tactical characteristics and analysis of Ollie Watkins. So guys, let's go into the tactical analysis of the last striker in the shortlist of Manchester United. So guys, we're going to be talking about Ollie Watkins. Actually, when it comes to the goal scoring of Ollie Watkins, he's actually a prolific goal scorer. He's a proven goal scorer in the Premier League. In the last 5 seasons in the Premier League, Ollie Watkins has had 109 goals and assists in the Premier League. So that tells you actually what you need to know about the goal scoring of Ollie Watkins. He's very good in scoring goals, variety of goals actually, with penalties, with his head, with his left foot or right foot. So he's actually very good, versatile, adds a lot of unpredictability, variability in his goal scoring. So when it comes to goal scoring, Manchester United is rest assured that Ollie Watkins is going to deliver on a top level for Manchester United. When it comes to channel running, that is one of the most I think important characteristics that Ruben Amorim likes for his number 9. He likes them to be able to run the channel effectively, and Ollie Watkins can be able to run the channel effectively. He's a player that actually likes to run the channel regularly. If you also look at his heat map, you're going to find out that he likes running the channel on the left side of the pitch channel effectively, and that helps to pull defenders from their position. He's actually a player that runs the channel and tries to drive the central backs away from their positions. And just imagine a player like Sesko and Brian Mbeumo attacking those half spaces that Ollie Watkins is going to create by pulling defenders. So he's actually a player that runs the channel to create goal scoring opportunities for his own players. And when it also comes to the creativity of Ollie Watkins, creatively is actually very good. He has been able to provide lots of assists in the Premier League. When it comes to being a target man, actually most of the teams recently in the Premier League likes to attack or like to press in a man-to-man shape. So Ollie Watkins is actually a player that you cannot be able to press man-to-man. So he's a player that likes to drop deep, to receive the ball from goal kicks, from anyhow. He's a player that can be able to play with his back to goal, hold up effectively, link up with the midfield, do the simple passes, do that 1-2 layoff combinations with the midfield, and then create a kind of goal scoring opportunities for his teammates. He's actually very, very good. I think Ollie Watkins is a player that actually comes close to ticking all the boxes or all the requirements of a Ruben Amorim striker. Is actually very, very elite. And actually, I've actually talked about Ollie Watkins in one of my previous videos. If you have not watched that video, go and watch why Ollie Watkins is actually very suited to the Ruben Amorim pattern. You're going to find out that it's actually suited to whatever Ruben Amorim wants to do tactically. So when it comes to the three strikers that we have just talked about, from Benjamin Sesko, Nicolas Jackson and Ollie Watkins, actually my choice is going to be Ollie Watkins because he's just 29. He's going to be 30 by December, and he has the experience. He's Premier League proven. He has been able to score 15 Premier League goals in the last 3 Premier League seasons, and he has been playing for Aston Villa. He has been playing in the Champions League, in the Europa League, in the Conference League. So he has that experience, he has that charisma, that character. He doesn't need to be coached a lot because he actually knows what to do. He's not a player that is facing any kind of criticism outside of the pitch, and he was able to score 16 Premier League goals in the Premier League. That's actually because at some point in the Premier League last season, Ollie Watkins was not playing. Marcus Rashford was playing up top. So majority of the last games of the season last season, Ollie Watkins was not starting, probably because of some differences with Unai Emery. But aside from that, Ollie Watkins is actually the perfect option for Manchester United. And if you guys have any other player that you want Manchester United to sign, or any player you want Manchester United to be actually looking for when it comes to these striker positions, I want you guys to give me your comments down in the comment section below. I like you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to my channel Old Trafford, because I'm going to be making more videos about Manchester United and all the updates of Manchester United. And from the recent report, it has been coming out from Germany recently that Christopher Vivul is pushing for Benjamin Sesko, and that the interest of Benjamin Sesko for Manchester United is actually very intensified. Fabrizio Romano reported last night that they are trying to, discuss the Benjamin Sesko situation internally because of Christopher Vivul. So let's look who Manchester United is going to pick. And when it comes to the overall package of all the players that we have just analyzed, definitely I'm going to pick Ollie Watkins over the other two options of Sesko and Nicolas Jackson. But let's see what the United board is going to do for the striker situation. So guys, see you guys in my next video.